What's up mga kaguro at mga mag-aaral? Ako muli ang inyong online teacher, Sir Franco. Welcome to our next SHS Gen Sci topic, the importance of cells in living things, nutrients, energy, cellular respiration, and life processes. Cells are not just the smallest unit of life. They are dynamic chemical factories that absorb nutrients, convert energy, and power every movement, growth, and function of living organisms. In this video, mas iimbestigahan natin how cells get nutrients, how they use these nutrients to produce energy, and how these cellular processes sustain life in both plants and animals. Our goal today is to take your JHS understanding and level it up. We will explore deeper and more complex cellular processes like nutrient absorption, energy conversion, and ATP production. Today, we will understand not just that cells are the basic units of life, but how cells absorb nutrients, how they produce energy, and why these processes sustain life on Earth. By the end of this lesson, mas klaro sa inyo how life actually works at the cellular level. Before we dive into the discussion, think about this. Every heartbeat, every blink, every step, saan nanggagaling ang energy na ito? The answer lies inside your cells. Let's explore. Cells are highly sophisticated microscopic factories. Each one has organelles like mitochondria, ribosomes, and membranes that work in perfect coordination. Without cell-level processes, organisms cannot function because all life begins here. Why cells are important? All living organisms depend on cells for survival. Cells absorb nutrients, convert them into usable energy, maintain balance, repair damage, and control growth. Without these functions, wala talagang buhay because life is the total activity of billions of coordinated cells working non-stop. Without explaining them yet, try you to think. Ano kaya ang role ng roots, mitochondria, villi, leaf cross-section in producing or absorbing energy? This sets the stage for today's investigation. First, let's discuss the cellular processes for nutrient absorption and energy production. Cells absorb nutrients using controlled membrane processes. Diffusion brings in oxygen, osmosis balances water, and active transport pumps nutrients even when the concentration is low. Ito ang paraan ng cells para mabuhay. Cells absorb nutrient using different transport mechanisms. First, we have diffusion. Diffusion moves molecules like oxygen from high to low concentration. Osmosis. Osmosis regulates water movement, essential in plant roots and animal cells. And active transport uses energy to move nutrients against the concentration gradient, such as pumping ions into root cells or absorbing glucose in the intestines. These processes ensures that cells receive the raw materials required for life. Now, how does the nutrient absorption in plants take place? Plant cells rely heavily on root hair structure, which maximizes absorption. Minerals enter via active transport, water by osmosis, then everything travels through xylem. This supplies leaves for photosynthesis. In plants, nutrient absorption happens mostly in the roots. Root hairs increase surface area, allowing the cell membrane to absorb more water and minerals through osmosis and active transport. Once absorbed, nutrients travels through the xylem all the way to the stems and leaves for photosynthesis and growth. Now, how about for animals? Animals absorb nutrients through the digestive system. Inside the small intestine, villi and microvilli increase surface area, allowing efficient absorption of glucose, amino acids, and fats. The absorbed nutrients enter the bloodstream and are delivered to every cell in the body. In animals, the digestive system breaks down food into nutrients. Villi and microvilli greatly increase surface area para mas efficient ang absorption. Blood then distributes these nutrients to all the cells. After absorption, nutrients must be transported to cells. In plants, nutrients travel through the xylem, which includes water and minerals, and phloem, sugars from photosynthesis. In animals, nutrients travel through the bloodstream, reaching every cell using arteries, veins, and capillaries. This transport ensures that all cells from leaf mesophyll to micelle fibers receive what they need for energy production. Next, cellular respiration, the energy factory. Cellular respiration is the process where cells convert nutrients, especially glucose, into ATP, the cell's usable energy currency. It occurs in the mitochondria, kaya tinatawag itong powerhouse of the cell. This reaction needs oxygen and produces carbon dioxide as waste. Every movement, thought, and heartbeat depends on this process. Without ATP, cells cannot move, divide, repair, or transport materials. Why ATP is the universal energy currency, and why is it important? ATP powers everything, from muscle contraction, nerve impulses, active transport, and growth. Cells that work harder like muscle cells have more mitochondria because they need more ATP. Without ATP, cells cannot contract muscles, divide, repair damage, or transport nutrients. Imagine your phone without battery. Ganon ang cell kung walang ATP. ATP drives all life processes. Now, what are the stages of cellular respiration? You have already learned it during your grade 8 or 9 science. Grade 11 learners now should understand that respiration is not a single-step reaction. It has three major stages: glycolysis, which breaks glucose into pyruvate; Krebs cycle, which produces electron carriers; and electron transport chains, that stage where most ATP is produced. The efficient design of these pathways shows how cells maximize energy extraction from nutrients. Some students may think that plants only do photosynthesis, but remember, plants also need energy, so they perform cellular respiration. They produce glucose in the day, then break down them through respiration to power growth, repair, nutrient transport, and reproduction. Photosynthesis makes glucose. Cellular respiration uses glucose. This dual system allows plant to store used energy whenever needed. In animals, respiration relies on organ systems working together para ma-deliver ang glucose at oxygen sa cells. The digestive system provides glucose, the respiratory system provides oxygen, and the circulatory system distributes both to the cells. Once inside the cell, mitochondria convert nutrients into ATP, powering everything from muscle movement to neural activity. Cellular respiration converts these materials into ATP to support movement, thinking, growth, and repair. Now, how cellular processes sustain life? First, for movement. Every muscle movement, even with the blinking of an eye nga, depends on ATP. When your cells produce more ATP, you move better and faster. This is why athletes need sufficient nutrient absorption and oxygen delivery. For growth and repair, growth and healing require massive amounts of energy. Mitosis needs ATP. Producing protein for tissue repair needs ATP. The reason you recover from wounds is because your cells have enough energy to rebuild what was damaged. So, kailangan pala ng ATP kahit sa pag-heal ng ating mga sugat. Wow, may hugot yata. Why cells are the basis of life? Life continues because cells continuously absorb nutrients, convert them into usable energy, and use this energy to support every biological activity. If cells stops absorbing nutrients, life stops. If cell stops producing ATP, life stops. Cells keep living organisms alive by continuously absorbing nutrients, processing materials, and generating energy. Life stops the moment cells can no longer perform these steps. So doon lang pala tumitigil ang buhay, no? Hindi sa breakup. This is why cells are considered the ultimate foundation of all living things. Now, how do we connect this into real life situation? How does poor nutrition affect cellular energy? For example, if your body lacks iron, your blood cannot carry oxygen efficiently. If you skip meals, cells lack glucose. If you're dehydrated, cells lose water balance. Cellular processes directly reflect your lifestyle choices. To recap, cells absorb nutrients, transport them internally, and convert them into ATP. This energy powers every life function, from growth to repair to movement. Cells are not just structural units, they are dynamic engines of life. Try to answer this question to check your understanding of the lesson. Now, in your own words, why are cells considered the foundation of life? This reflection will help you connect the lesson to your personal understanding of life processes. And that's it for our discussion about the cells. Thanks and credit to the development team of the lesson exemplar from which some parts of this discussion video was based. Muli, ako ang inyong online teacher, Sir Franco. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood.